laps each, Mike Warren. Top 3 from each will transfer to the feature go later on. This is going to be something, this is not a race that I would want to be a part of if I were in a race car. I used to be.
It's true.
Until I found the microphone and realized it's fun to walk out of a racetrack with a pay envelope and not have to give it to the parts truck on the way by.
Did Mark tell you that?
I witnessed it several times over my career.
Okay. That's fair.
He also told me that too. As we're set to go, last chance showdown number 1. They're watching from the cottage, by the way, too.
I had a feeling. That's why I mentioned it, because I had a feeling Mark and Mary are watching.
Yes, they are. Yes. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mark. How are you? Hopefully you're having a good time. Taylor Doxtater on the pole for this one in the 60, along with the 12 of Owen Bird. Row 2, it's Zach Buff in the 01, along with the 43, Tavien Blowers. Row number 3, Dylan Madsen, the 89, the 40 of Tim Halsey. On a roll, Trevor Houghton in the number 10, along with Brian Harber in car number 28S. We are set to go. 3 cars will transfer. 8 cars on track scheduled to go. 10 laps the distance. The VP Racing Fuels making PowerPoint. Dave Farney turns them loose, and we're green. Working their way down into turn number 1 and 2. It is Taylor Doxtater to the point as they go to 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway as they work it up off of corner number 2. Owen Bird now sees daylight up on the top side of the racetrack, trying to find the way by Doxtater. Taylor, 3 wins this season, 2 of those coming here at Can-Am with the Dave Rogers team as he works it down across the line for lap number 1. It is Owen Bird out in front of the field. Taylor Doxtater second, but everybody after Dylan Madsen for the number 3 spot. Tavien Blowers gets on by as we have got some moisture falling from the sky here. The cars are drifting around there, and we'll keep our eye on them though as they come into turn number 3 and 4. Back down to the line this time by lap number 2. Goes up on the leaderboard, and we'll see how these cars navigate as the drops continue to fall into turn number 1 and 2. Owen Bird still leads the way, and Doxtater still there for second. Again, battle is on for the final transfer position. Dylan Madsen trying to take it away from Tavien Blowers as they go to turn number 3 and 4. Down across the line this time by lap number 3 of 10. And it is still Owen Bird, driver in charge, as they go to turn number 1 and 2. Taylor Doxtater still right there in spot number 2 as Tavien Blowers trying to move up one more position. He's already in a transfer spot, but he's looking to get around Doxtater as they go to turn number 3 and 4. Dylan Madsen trying to find the fast way around the top side as well as they cross the line one more time. 4 down, we're going caution. As the drops get a little bit bigger out there, and the track crews making the decision to shut it down just for now. Caution is out. Again, we'll try to keep the cars on the racetrack and try to keep this racetrack if we possibly can, and good move by the series officials to get the caution flag out and get these drivers slowed down, and looks like we're going to take the cars off the racetrack and right to pit road here. Nope, I guess not. Change of plans. Both drivers being told to stay on the racetrack. Again, those of you here at Can-Am, we certainly do appreciate you joining us. Want to take cover, we'll keep you posted as to what's going on here, but hopefully this is just a passing little shower and we can get back to racing speed here. 4 laps are complete in this last chance showdown for the DIRTcar Sportsman. First of 2 on the docket tonight. Of course, the series runs all season long. Regional competition this year. Had some great regional series races across many of the tracks in the Northeast. Last chance showdown winners this year. They've had 17 total among the championship feature events and of course the regional series races. Brendan Moore and Clayton Brewer III each have 2 last chance showdown wins, the most of all drivers this year. Sandy Burke, the leader of our safety team of the Super DIRTcar Series, is taking a look at the racetrack. Regional action this year, the East Regional champion, Zach Buff, he is here tonight, of course running 5th in this race right now. Brett Senek won the West Regional Championship. Shane Pecor, the North Regional Champion. And our own Gavin Isley collected the championship for the Central Region for the DIRTcar Sportsman Series. And of course, track championship bonus points and regional championship points filled in the overall DIRTcar Sportsman Series championship, and that has Gavin Isley and Tristan Ladisser and Shane Pecor in the top 3 in points right now. All 3 track champions at their respective speedways, and all 3 just separated by 22 points coming into Can-Am. Of course, the championship tour. We'll head on over to the Wheat Sports Speedway tomorrow for the 75-lap Sportsman Classic. Always a great show over there at the port. Of course, right here, we'll be right back at Can-Am tomorrow with the second of 2 nights in the Showdown in September. John Burr Memorial for the Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman, the Ron White Memorial for the Sundance Leisure Thunder Cars. Should be a great show, and the 3rd trip of the season for the Empire Super Sprints. Dylan Swernick and Sean Donath won the previous 2 races held. It'll be the 55th time in track history that the ESS has made an appearance here at Can-Am. First one was all the way back in 1987 when Johnny Brutcher won here. DIRTcar Sportsmen were first here in 1991. Veteran Rick Mill won the first ever series race for the DIRTcar Sportsmen. One of these drivers trying to get into the show and do the same thing right now. 4 down, 6 more to go. Owen Bird leads him back to green at the VP Racing Fuels making PowerPoint are underway. Taylor Doxtater has had a really good season since joining the Dave Rogers Racing Team. Got this car here tonight, holding on to the 2 spot. Dylan Madsen back to 3rd. Zach Buff, the East Regional Champion, holding on to position number 4. Tavien Blowers, Glenridge Speedway regular, holding on to the number 5 spot right now as they cross the line for lap number 5. We're halfway home. 5 down, 5 more to go, and Dylan Madsen on the hot seat. Trying to, Tavien Blowers and the 01 of Zach Buff, they compete against each other at Glenridge on Sunday nights. And then a meeting of the minds there in turn number 2. Right now, they're both trying to run down Dylan Madsen for that final transfer spot as they cross the line for lap number 6. 4 laps left to go. Owen Bird, your race leader. Taylor Doxtater, Dylan Madsen, the top 3. And it's Zach Buff, Tavien Blowers in 5th. Trevor Houghton pulling by the 28 of Brian Harber to move up into spot number 6. Harber back to 7th with Tim Halsey in 8th. Down to the line one more time. 7 down, 3 laps left to go. As they work it up into turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway, it is going to be Owen Bird well in command of the field as they head down the back stretch into turn number 3 and 4. Dave Farney says we have 2 laps left to go. Yodeling 2 to go. 2 more remain. As Dave Farney says it, Owen Bird has the lead as they come down into turn number 1 and 2. Look at Dylan Madsen going to work on Taylor Doxtater for position number 2. They're getting close off the turn. Zach Buff right behind him in spot number 4. If he wants to get into the show, he's going to have to wait for something to happen in front of him as Madsen takes the 2 spot away. Doxtater trying to cross him over down the front stretch. It won't happen. White flag in the air for Owen Bird. Final time into turn number 1 and 2 and set it up into the corner. Dylan Madsen has cleared Taylor Doxtater for the final transfer position. Doxtater on the hot seat right now. Checkered in the air, and the win will go to Owen Bird as he'll cross the line and grab Last Chance Showdown number 1 for the DIRTcar Sportsman. Second will be Madsen. Third at the line will be Doxtater. He's in the show. Zach Buff, Tavien Blowers, Brian Harber, and Trevor Houghton along with Tim Halsey will complete the rest of your field. Gabriella and Christine Canditor, can you please go to the novelty stand? Gabriella and Christina Canditor, could you please go to the novelty stand? Thank you very, very much. We are set to go Last Chance Showdown number 2 for the DIRTcar Sportsman Series, and here's how they're going to line up. Marco McCarthy in the 37 on point, along with the 54 Brady Howard. Row 2, it's Greg Henry in the 2, along with Joe Trichilo in the 32. Paul DeRuyter in the 1D, along with the 11 of Genevieve Bartlett and Savannah Laflair. Car number 16X will round out your field. 7 cars ready to go. 10 laps the distance. Top 3 will transfer to tonight's feature go for the DIRTcar Sportsman Championship Tour. Set for green. Off of turn number 4 at the VP Racing Fuels making PowerPoint. We're back underway. Marco McCarthy goes to the point. Brady Howard right there to second. Then the battle is on for third. Oh, Paul DeRuyter caught one of those implement tires down there in corner number 2. Bartlett trying to get around the outside lane, and she will do so. DeRuyter trying to make a lane down on the low side as they work it up across the line. Lap number 1 goes up on the leaderboard, and it is Marco McCarthy in command of the field as they head down into turn number 1 and 2. Glenn Robertson, Ontario native, holding on to the race lead as they hit the back straightaway. Brady Howard still there for second. Greg Henry holding on to that final transfer position as Joe Trichilo holding on to spot number 4 as they cross the line one more time. McCarthy has company now. Brady Howard, talked to him earlier in the night, talked to his team. Said they want to keep that string alive of qualifying for every DIRTcar Sportsman Series race they've competed in here at Can-Am, and right now he's alongside of McCarthy going into turn number 3 and 4. McCarthy on the bottom, Brady Howard alongside, and Brady Howard loves the outside lane. He'll drive right around McCarthy to pick up the lead, and it's Brady Howard to the point as they work at lap number 3 of this 10-lap contest. Second and final, last chance showdown for the DIRTcar Sportsman Series, and Howard trying to get into the show, and he is driving away from McCarthy, opening up about 4 car lengths as they go down into turn number 3 and 4. Greg Henry has got the final transfer position right now as they work it down in front in lap number 4. 4 laps are complete as they head up into turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway one more time. Brady Howard well in control of the field as they head down the back stretch to turn number 3 and 4. Since Howard got the lead on lap number 3, it has been no contest. McCarthy now in a battle with Greg Henry for position number 2 as they head down in front. 5 down, 5 more to go, and it's still Brady Howard well in control, but Greg Henry is nipping away at Marco McCarthy as they head down into turn number 3 and 4. McCarthy looked like he had a really good race car to start this one. Now he's starting to fade just a little bit, and Greg Henry trying to move back in as we work in lap number 6 with 4 laps left to go. Brady Howard enjoying about a 2.3 second advantage over McCarthy, who's got Greg Henry to his outside now. Joe Trichilo, the Brewerton Speedway regular, closing in on this battle for second. We're going to have about a 3-car battle here for that runner-up for the final transfer spot as they come down to the line with Howard in command of it. But Greg Henry has found some speed, and he slides alongside of the 37 of McCarthy to try to move to second. McCarthy on the bottom, and Greg Henry, the veteran, takes away the number 2 position. McCarthy now on the hot seat here as they go down into turn number 3 and 4. Joe Trichilo right there with him in 4th. 2 to go for Brady Howard. Had some strong runs here in the Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman Division in 2025. Would like to add this last chance showdown win to his credit and move on into the 30-lap future goal later on. Greg Henry now second. Joe Trichilo 1 spot out of a transfer position as they go down into turn number 3 and 4. The white flag is in the air. Brady Howard well in command. 3-second advantage, 3.3 seconds to be exact for Howard as they work it down the back straightaway. Checkered flag is out, checkered flag waving, and Brady Howard, Hammond, New York, regular here at the Can-Am Speedway every Friday night, grabs a win in last chance showdown number 2, keeps the streak alive. He's in the show. Second will be Greg Henry. At the line for third, it will be Marco McCarthy, Joe Trichilo, Paul DeRuyter, Savannah Laflair.
Starting in third will be Tim Sears Jr. out of Hastings, New York, in the EMB Energy Pit Stop Convenience Store 83X. Then it's going to be the Roscoe, New York driver, Mike Trautschold, in the Quality Forestry Management 28 car. He'll start fourth. Starting in fifth will be Cedric Gouvreau out of Chelsea, Quebec, in the 2-star machine. And then it'll be Corbin Millar out of Perth, Ontario, in the 66. He'll start in spot number 6. A pair of 6 makes up road number 4. It's actually going to be the 66W of Derek Webb, but if you see the car, you understand why I say 6.
Right.
And then Matt Stangle will be on the outside of him. He'll start in spot number 8, the driver out of Neshannock Station, New Jersey. Cole Stangle, also out of Neshannock Station, New Jersey, in the 20C machine. He'll start in spot number 9. Then it'll be Shaun Shaw out of Philadelphia, New York, in the 7S. He'll start in spot number 10. Addison Bowman out of Mexico, New York, in the 12B machine will start 11th, and starting 12th, that'll be the 39 of Brian Bartlett. Rounding out your field in this one will be the 63 Marcus Dinkins behind the wheel of the Adam Roberts car, as field's going to buzz the track a little bit before we go back to green flag racing, just to make sure everything's in tip-top shape. You have to put a little bit of track prep into it.
Out there, Mike, so they wanted to make sure they get it well worked in. We don't want drivers sailing off into turn 1 and 2 and have some things happen. Andy Burke going trackside to check on the drivers to give the thumbs up or thumbs down there in turn 1.
Indeed he is, as Andy makes his way by.
What a job the Super Dirt Car Series safety team has done this year.
Indeed.
And in years past, too. I mean,
so the field's going to double up, and looks like that's going to be the signal. We will get the white flag off of turn number 4. The white flag going to come out on the speedway. We'll go green flag racing next time by. This will be 10 laps the distance. The top 4 will transfer into tonight's 67-lap R.D. Hutchinson Memorial. 75-67 to win this evening. And behind the Super Dirt Week pace car, courtesy of Billy Whitaker Cars and Trucks, October 6th through 11th. Don't miss it.
I won't miss it. Got my reserve spot.
Don't forget, I choose where you sit.
That's true, yeah.
You'll be right next to me. Don't worry.
All right. Hey, that's perfect. I'm glad.
Super Dirt Week pace car going to take the left-hand turn into the infield. Sean Beardsley, Lance Willix at the front of the field in this one. That is Tim Sears Jr., Mike Trautschold, row 2. Top 4 transfer into tonight's feature event as they make their way down to the VP making power point. Green flag is out on the speedway. We're underway with tonight's last chance showdown for the Super Dirt Car Series.
Charges into corner number 1 and 2, and Sean Beardsley jumps out in front as they work the back straightaway. Mike Trautschold, a big move, and here comes Willix from 5th to 3rd.
Car getting a little out of shape down the backstretch. That's Cedric Govro. He'll lose a number of positions. Is now Mike Trautschold with a head of steam on the top side of the racetrack. Going to look to drive around. Beardsley not going to do it as they click off lap number 1. But the Roscoe, New York driver right there. Tim Sears Jr. also in position. But Corbin Millar in that final transfer spot. And just as that happens, Trautschold shoots up the banking a little bit on the exit at corner number 2. That allows Sears to drive his way back down as they come around and click off lap number 2 this time by.
Tim Sears Jr., a lot of experience, a lot of wins around here at Can-Am, holds on to the 2 spot, closing right in on Sean Beardsley. These 2 drivers battled weekly at the Brewerton Speedway in big blocks on Friday nights, and they're doing it here tonight at Can-Am.
The 83X looking to get the better of the 18S car as he did met all the drivers at the Brewerton Speedway in 2025 by picking up the track championship. Right now, Timmer trying to make a move to the outside lane as they put lap number 3 on the board. He gets a good drive going through the middle of the racetrack, trying to sneak by him off turn number 2. We'll have a new race leader. Tim Sears Jr. going to go to the front here in this last chance showdown.
Timmer parks it out in front of the field as they go into turn number 3 and 4. Sean Beardsley back to that inside lane. Can't quite do it as they work across the line for lap number 4. 6 laps left to go in this last chance showdown. Battle off for the 3 spot with Lance Willix and Mike Trautschold.
Lance Willix with 358 power starting to close the gap on Trautschold as they head down into turn number 3 and 4. He's keeping it locked onto the bottom. See if he can get by the 28. Right now, he's firmly in the show as they come to the halfway sign. 5 in, 5 remain. Tim Sears Jr. leads. Second is going to be Beardsley. Third is Trautschold. Fourth is Lance Willix. Those are the 4 cars that will transfer the show if this stays green.
4 cars right there down the back straightaway with a healthy advantage over the 6 of Matt Stangle, who holds on to the 5 spot right now, with Shaun Shaw and Corbin Millar giving chase. Down to the line, we got 6 laps complete, 4 to go, and Timmer starting to open up that lead.
Timmer opened it up to a 7/10 of a second lead that last time by, with the side-by-side battle. Third continues. Lance Willix rolling to the inside lane, trying to find a way past Trautschold as they head down into turn number 3 and 4. They're side-by-side as they enter the corner. Willix not coming off the bottom of the racetrack. I know many Lance Willix fans know I've said that 100 more times going into tonight, but Willix trying to make that lane work on the bottom of the racetrack, and Trautschold just not able to get the momentum he wants, I think, on exit of the corner right now.
Exit of the corner is where Lance Willix is a little bit better off of 2, although that time he missed it just a little bit. Allowed Mike Trautschold to get away from him by a couple of car lengths. As Dave Farney says, we got 2 more laps to go. Tim Sears Jr. well in command with this battle for 3rd. It's been a good one.
It has indeed, as Trautschold holding on to that one. A good race going on behind him. Shaun Shaw just got into the back of the 6 of Stangle. But meanwhile, all Tim Sears Jr. up front as they'll make their way up at turn number 3 and 4. They'll come to the Barons, 1 lap to go this time by. It's all Timmer out front, with Beardsley looking to maintain the number 2 spot.
Sean Beardsley has that 2nd spot as they're rolling into turn number 1 and 2. With Tim Sears Jr. holding on to the race lead. He's down the back straightaway. A comfortable advantage, looking to grab his first last chance showdown of the season.
He'll make his way down off of turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is out. Tim Sears Jr. going to pick up the win in our last chance showdown this evening. Second will be Beardsley coming across the line. Third is going to be Trautschold. Rounding out the top 4 will be Lance Willix. They'll all go to the show this evening. And we'll see how the provisionals and all that shake up for the rest of the drivers. We'll get our starting lineup for our R.D. Hutchinson Memorial coming.
Genevieve Bartlett will complete.